In crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
And welcome back to another episode of the Blockchain Brew Show. Guys, you can't see what my sign back there says. If it was nighttime, you could probably see it, but it says Brew Crew. It's going to look good when it's dark in here. What I really got to do is put like a blackout curtain over that window back there, but, you know, well, sometimes you just have time in the day to actually do the show. And you're not, you know, you're not giving time to going and getting a blackout curtain to put over the window, especially because you forget about it right after the show. So anyways, there we go, guys. Thank you for hopping onto the stream with me today. T-Square is up in Washington in the snow, driving his garbage truck. Working some overtime today because the snow means that it's harder to get your route done in time, and so yeah, you might be pulling a 14-hour day today. So prayers for him over there. I bet he won't hate the paycheck though, but you know, there you go. So guys, thanks for hopping on in. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. And don't forget to hit that ring-a-ding-dong on your way in. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And without further ado, we'll get the banner change down here and jump right into our beer of the day. Guys, I've got another Million Rhymes. This is a hazy, double dry hop, double IPA, coming in at 8.2% alcohol by volume, that is. You know, I bet Pepe didn't have an 8.2% pump today, but I can get 8.2% alcohol by volume flowing out of this good-looking can right here. Not as good looking as the Great Wall of Taylor over there in the background, but anyways, Actually, it did. Maybe it did. I haven't looked at it today, but well, well, we'll have to take a look at all that. I'll have to verify that with my own two eyes vision. And I see you over there, DZ. We got OXT, VVV, and Bonk to look at. If anyone else, oh, hey, what's up, JG? Man, I confused you with someone else's handle for a minute. Haven't seen you in here in a while, man. Good to see you. Hope everything is going well for you in your life. Hey, everyone else in the chat that doesn't know JG, he's actually building an indicator or something like that. So hey, if anyone wants to know more about that, I'm sure he'll oh, it's Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift, and it's 3 bottles of Colonel E.H. Taylor bourbon. I've got the small batch bourbon, the single barrel, and the barrel proof. So got those 3 bottles of E.H. Taylor plus the Taylor Swift book. I call it the Great Wall of Taylor. So anyways, yeah, feel free to drop some info about what you're doing in the comments, JG. So without further ado, crack this can so that I can get my creative juices flowing and I can get my technical analysis flowing. Here's the poor as opposed to the rich. And Vision is saying that if you bought Pepe today, that you'd be rich overnight. And he's saying if you didn't buy Pepe, then you are going to be poor forever. And I think he's wrong, but we're going to find out in the charts. Guys, I think that I do my best technical analysis with a little bit of a buzz. Now, I'm not talking like, oh, when I drop my desk a little bit and get my whole head to cover that window back there, you can kind of see the Brew Crew sign a little better. He says, yeah, I've just been very busy. The crypto app is paused. Just finished vibe coding a BI app in a weekend. Took 6 months. Dang. All right, so I do want to cover just a little bit of news here. And okay, also, just making sure I turn to the right one, guys. Just bear with me. There we go. All right. Oh, got to throw myself on the screen. Okay, here we go, guys. Crypto in America. Clarity Act deal means everyone will be a little unhappy. You see that? You guys see that part of Stranger Things, like the first couple seasons when Elle is living with Hop, and he's teaching her about compromise, and he's like, compromise means halfway happy, is what he says. Compromise means we're both halfway happy. And guys, that's how I feel about the Clarity Act right now. Charles Hoskinson, was coming out slamming the Clarity Act over the last couple weeks, saying that it's terrible for crypto, saying that it's hold on. Can I get thoughts on low market cap meme coins? Please, PAX, Pudgy Penguin, main character, confined on decks. Yeah, we can do that for you. Only goat status. We'll get through this this article pretty quickly here. We got some other coins to cover, and then we can dive into that, no problem. Okay. Yeah, you know, Charles Hoskinson was slamming the Clarity Act, saying that it's bad for DeFi. And as it stands right now, another thing about this, guys, you know, they technically have until January 3rd of next year to approve this. Otherwise, it has to get redrafted in the new Congress, because the midterms are, you know, Q4 this year, November. And once the new Congress is in place at the turn of next year, like after January 3rd, that new Congress would actually have to redraft this Clarity Act if it doesn't get passed before then. And we all know how deadlines work with things like this. It's if they have another 8 months, I mean, we're probably not going to see it past next week. It's probably going to be another 6 months, you know, just if we were if you were a betting man, you know, and you see how these kinds of things tend to go in this industry, you would say, yeah, you know, they have this time to sit on their hands. They're going to take it, right? Anyways, Senator Angela Brooks, Democrat from Maryland, delivers a dose of realism on the stablecoin yield debate. The SEC drops more details on its CFTC harmonization plans. This week's top stories, and Bridge co-founder Zach Abrams joins the podcast. So, Senator Angela Brooks had a message of pragmatism for a room full of community bankers Tuesday morning at the American Bankers Association Summit in Washington, D.C. You can't always get what you want. Like the song. I think I have to level set that all of us will probably walk away just a little bit unhappy, she told ABA Chief Policy Officer Naomi Camper, referring to the dispute between the banking and crypto industries over whether crypto firms should be allowed to offer rewards on stablecoin holdings. It's not letting perfect be the enemy of good. We're going to probably have to make some compromises, she said. Also, Brooks' comments come as the standoff remains the elephant in the room holding up the Clarity Act, the Senate's crypto market structure bill. Following a month of negotiations brokered by the White House between representatives from the crypto industry and the banks, the process has shifted back to Capitol Hill. Also, Brooks and Senator Tom Tillis, a Republican from North Carolina, met crypto and banking stakeholders in recent days to provide feedback on legislative text that emerged from those talks. The compromise that myself and Senator Tillis have been working on is one we believe will help us and have the guardrails in place that will help us to prevent deposit fight and allow innovation to grow at the same time. She went on to say that passing the Clarity Act would be preferable to maintaining the status quo. The Genius Act, as it currently stands, allows crypto exchanges to continue offering yield and rewards unrestricted. Camper emphasized that community banks are particularly concerned about the dangers of deposit flight, where nearby customers move money out of traditional bank accounts and into higher yielding stablecoin products offered by crypto firms. While banks argue this is the biggest risk of allowing yield and rewards, crypto advocates say the concern is overblown and reflects banks' fear of new competition. Well, you know, if guardrails and protections are in place for consumer protection, then why is it a big deal? Why be afraid of competition? I mean, if community banks are going to die, let them die. I don't know. Like, plus from a libertarian standpoint, which is a way of viewing things that I sympathize with personally. Um, I find a lot of my stance is leaning pretty libertarian. I think a lot of people in the crypto space do as well. From a libertarian perspective, like, hey, custody of your money should be a free market, right? For starters, the way that the banks capitalize off of your deposits in your funds is, and then offer you 28%, not API, but API on your debt, right? Is wild. It's egregious, and it has we have to put a stop to it. And I don't just mean by way of legislation. Like, we have to put a stop to it by refusing to take on 28% API on credit cards. Now, it's difficult because many middle-class Americans find themselves in a position where we need the credit cards to make up for our annual expenditure, and we use that to fill that gap. But then we get charged 28% API. It's crazy. But my point is, the banks are going to fail. Let them fail. Who cares? I mean, the hard part about it is that it's so interconnected to our economy that it would cause other problems, right? But just from a principle perspective, if it's a free market, again, libertarian perspective, if we're free market thinkers, well, if people choose to use crypto custody services for their APY needs, then who cares? Do a better job, banks. Like, fight for the free market. I don't know what to tell you. GT says, got news for you. If we don't want the new Congress in next year's Congress, it will not be for crypto. Democrats hate this space, and they will be taking over in midterms. I'm telling you, it's not good. I hear you. I mean, I'm so disappointed with the way that Trump's presidency has panned out. It's wild. Like, his attitude toward the ICE situation is making conservatives less sympathetic toward him, and more sympathetic toward the left, and more sympathetic toward voting in a left-leaning Congress next year. Like, I'm not saying that some people don't need to be deported. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not for open borders. I'm a generally pretty conservative person. I'm just saying that the aggression, the aggression of ICE that is, like, all too often filtered out onto, like, DACA and Dreamers, people that have been here since they were 2 years old, people whose earliest memories are of living here, like people who speak better English than they do Spanish because they grew up in the public school system, and in their social lives, like, wanting to have friends, like, incentivize more of an English speaking identity. Like, guys, and it's just one example, but the aggression of this administration towards certain things, are plus the tariffs. Like, we went over this last night in the charts. Like, the tariffs, I'm not saying I don't understand his reason for them. I do get that they can generate money for the nation. I do get that they can strengthen national security. Like, I actually get some of those points. I'm sympathetic to it. I think, again, the aggression of it, it seems like it's what stifled the bull run. I mean, I don't know. Says, I'm conservative myself, but he ruined what could have been a great 4 years. GT, I could not agree with you more. Like, I don't even know what to say to that one except take another drink of my beer. Do you remember his first election when a lot of liberal protesters filled up the 101 freeway in LA, and they were flooding the freeway and stopping cars on the freeway? Well, me and my friend were driving on the 101 when that happened. Okay, and we were coming from, doing a seminar, teaching a seminar at a church, and he jumps on the 101. We were going to a nearby taco stand, and he rolls down. My friend Rudy, he rolls down the window, and he's like, Trump forever. And he used to like Trump, in his first term, but now he's saying what you're saying, GT. He's saying like, hey, I'm a patriot, and look, I feel like Trump is ruining our country. Anyways, he goes, Trump forever, and then you just see people shoot looks at him hard toward the car that and we're at a stop. We can't. Everything's bumper to bumper. We're all gridlocked. And then he goes, I'm just kidding, I'm Mexican. And then you hear everyone around the car just start laughing. Like, you just hear laughter erupt around us in the car, and they gave him a pass. I was like, bro, like, you could have got us like stoned to death for that. Anyways, good times. Let's see here. Let me get this article over with, because we all want to look at the chart. That's what we're here for. SEC rules, new detail. I don't care about that. I care, but for the sake of time, I don't care. Midweek recap, guys. So here's a recap on the important news for the week. Binance has filed a defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal in the Southern District of New York. The exchange is seeking damages and legal fees and is demanding a jury trial. The lawsuit comes the same morning the Wall Street Journal reported that the Department of Justice is allegedly investigating claims that Iran used Binance's platform in order to evade sanctions. The DOJ has asked to retry Tornado Cash co-founder Roman Storm on the 2 counts of money laundering and sanctions violations that the jury could not reach a unanimous verdict on in the original trial. Prosecutors proposed an early October retrial date. U.S. inflation remains at 2.4%, in line with expectations. MasterCard is launching a crypto partner program with 85 companies, including Circle, Paxos, Ripple, PayPal, Gemini, and Binance, to develop cross-border transfers, B2B payments, and global payouts. Wells Fargo filed a trademark application for WFUSD, Wells Fargo USD, covering a wide range of cryptocurrency trading, payments, and tokenization services, and sparking speculation the bank may be planning to launch its own stablecoin. Goldman Sachs is now the largest buyer of XRP ETFs, with 153.8 million in holdings. How about that, Vision Post? While we're at it, let's hop on over here for a little impromptu Cardano spotlight. So guys, Cardano native token, the first Cardano native, well, let me say it like this. Night has been launched on Binance spot markets following the hodler airdrop to BNB holders, okay? So trading pairs between Midnight and other coins on Binance include USDT, USDC, BNB, and TRI. I don't know what TRI is. But this means that now, for the first time, a Cardano native token is listed on Binance. So Midnight being listed on Binance paves the way for any and all Cardano native tokens to be listed on Binance later. So this is actually probably the most important thing going on in Cardano right now, except for a lot of behind the scenes building and a lot of technical speak. But I'd have to cover that another time. Centralized exchange listings remain one of the most important milestones in a cryptocurrency's life cycle because they connect the project's community to deeper liquidity, broader visibility, and easier market access. For many projects, securing a listing on a leading exchange represents years of development, community building, and ecosystem growth, finally reaching a global marketplace. Among these exchanges, Binance stands above the rest as the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, facilitating the majority of global crypto trading volume and serving as a key hub for liquidity across the industry. This article will delve into Knight's listing on Binance, the Knight Hodler airdrop, and more. I'll skip through some of it, but Knight airdrop for BNB holders. The Knight airdrop to BNB holders, also known as the Binance Hodler airdrops program, was the 61st project featured under the initiative. The campaign distributed 240 million Knight, representing 1% of the token's supply of 24 billion, to eligible Binance users. To qualify, participants needed to subscribe their BNB to Binance Simple Earn products, either flexible or locked, or to on-chain yields between February 16th and February 18th. Binance calculated eligibility using hourly balance snapshots of users' BNB holdings across those products, with rewards distributed directly to qualifying users' spot accounts within 4 hours of the announcement. Okay, so the Hodler airdrop program rewards BNB holders based on historical balance snapshots. I'm going to skip down a little bit. Okay, Knight getting listed. How this benefits Cardano. Knight getting listed on Binance will have multiple potential benefits for Cardano and its wider ecosystem. Because Knight is a Cardano native token, its arrival on the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange also puts Cardano's native asset standard in front of a much larger global audience. That added visibility can bring more eyes to the network. Oh yeah, I think we get that. Conclusion, Knight's listing represents a notable step for CNT native asset ecosystem as one of its tokens reaches the largest exchange. So there you go, guys. That's the long and the short of it. Like, you have the GT says, I don't agree with the tariffs. If you look it up, the trade and customs, it's our companies that pay the tariffs to get their products into the country. Yeah, that's a rough one. But don't they do so by, I mean, just in theory, by charging other countries more on their imports, though? Like, those companies are passing the buck along to other countries. I don't know. Just spitballing here. But yeah, guys, like, Binance is the largest crypto exchange in the world, and now the liquidity from the largest exchange in the world is now open to Cardano native assets. In theory, there's a lot of building to do, but this is a big milestone. Okay, moving along to the charts. You guys are like, give us T-Square back. we have Trent by himself, and it takes us 30 minutes of the live stream before we get into the charts. I actually don't think that's terrible timing, but you know, hey. Okay, so looking at the charts, guys, I said this yesterday. Like, let me erase some of these. Here we are on Bitcoin daily chart, and I had said yesterday that if we were to wick up here, which represented the take profit level of the buy signal on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so on this wick, we knocked out this take profit number 1 up here on Luxalgo's buy signal, confirmed by a green trend catcher, and we came up and we knocked out that buy signal. But as we did, we created a bearish divergence on the hyperwave. Okay, we had a slightly higher high. We had a swing up on price, a swing down on the oscillator. Okay, there's the swing up on price. Okay, there's the swing down on the oscillator. Luxalgo draws it for you with the red line there. But that is a slight swing down. Also, a swing down on the stochastic RSI. So you had bearish divergence on the 4-hour. The question becomes, here's the 4-hour trend line that Luxalgo is drawing. Okay, you have converging trend lines. That's how Luxalgo draws their lines. They don't. The system doesn't exactly look for. The system doesn't necessarily look for patterns. It just looks for the convergence of trends, which in itself is kind of a pattern, actually, right? Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I'm actually going to get rid of some of my prior 4-hour trend lines. I like to lock in some of the ones on the daily, like for a long time. But when there's new lines on the 4-hour, then I'm going to get rid of the old ones. Okay, there you go. So the question becomes, are we going to come down, retest this trend line breakout, which would be at $69,950? Are we going to bullishly retest that and then come back up? I don't think so. GT says, yes, but they're also going to jack prices up here on us, and that's been so obvious. Things got pricey over the last year. Oil was cheap, but everything went up again. Yeah, for sure. I think his way of trying to combat that was bringing down oil prices, because that makes everything cheaper. But then now the Iran situation has thrown that out the window. Yeah, so this is a possibility. Bullishly retest this 4-hour trend line and then continue the breakout. I don't think that is the case, though. I think that there's more momentum underneath the hyperwave and the stochastic RSI, even on the 4-hour, for price to actually come back into this pattern. Right, and then if that's the case, what happens from there? I mean, you can have some more action inside of this pattern. You can end up breaking that out back up to this white trend line again, which would bring us back up to 70,000 again next week. And this would just be a lengthy, boring fight for 70K that ends up lasting weeks. But that is a possibility on the 4-hour. The other possibility is we fall out of the bottom of this pattern and the volatility ends up, hitting both a take profit and a stop loss. And sometimes that happens, especially on smaller time frames here on LuxAlgo. And if that happened, that would be $67,000, and that would be challenging this. That would also be challenging this bottom trend line here on the daily, the white trend line, the uptrending line of support. And the question becomes then whether we're going to break that or not. Okay, so let me get rid of some stuff here. But as I pointed out, yesterday on the daily, I said that if we get a pump here and we break out, I think that we still fail at this trend line no matter what. That's what I've been saying all week. This is why I've been titling the shows Bitcoin failing at 70K. I did some variation of that title every show this week. And my thesis was that I think that we keep failing this trend line. Okay? And I said that even if we get a pump into today, that I think that we leave a wick above the trend line and above the level of the red trend catcher there. And we actually close the daily candle underneath the trend line. And if that isn't exactly what happened, then I don't know what to tell you. I've added to a short up here at 70, about 73 even, which is kind of in the middle of this wick. Let me get a horizontal line. So about 73 even, I've added to a short there. And I've added to a short right at about 71.5. Once it was becoming clear to me that, like, hey, we're coming back into this pattern, and it looks like we're not going to close above the trend line. Okay? So those were the two places I added today, and I'm just holding on to those. I mean, what a nasty wick. Like, we've got another shooting star on the daily. And it looks like, let's look at what the weekly's doing. Especially if the price continues to go down, which this is what I said. I think I said this to Pepe last week. That this shooting star back here was bearish on the weekly. Just like today's daily shooting star is bearish. Okay? That shooting star is bearish. And I said, even if the price, comes back up this week and fills in some of this wick, I don't think it's going to fill in all of it and then just pump up. Like, that seems like a long shot to me. I don't think that's going to happen. Right? And so, especially if the price continues to go down a little bit into the Sunday close, we get back to, 68. Let's just say right there. Most of this week's candle ends up being a wick again. Even at 69. Even at $69,000, more than half of this candle becomes a wick to the upside. Am I right on that? I mean, yeah, it opened at 65.8. High was 73.8. So yeah, even $69,000, even at 69 for a close, like more than half of this candle would be a wick. And you're leaving tweezer tops up here on the weekly. Guys, a breakout is not happening right now. This is not what a breakout looks like. I mean, where's your weekly divergence? Where's some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern on the daily? I mean, actually, I guess you could okay, I could see that argument. I don't think it's a good one though. But you know, where's your inverse head and shoulders pattern on the daily? Where's your falling wedge? You know, I don't see it. This looks more like a bear flag to me than anything. So I don't know. Plus, you know, daily stochastics are high. You know, we fall over from here, guys. I mean, you have at least on the wick, you have a swing up on price, kind of. But then you're making this lower low here on the oscillator. You're making this lower low on the stochastic. I mean, I don't know, guys. Doesn't look like the stuff that breakouts are made of. If we were closing above this uptrending line of resistance and the stochastics were low and we had momentum to keep going, I'd say, you know what? Yeah. And let's go knock out this take profit at $80,000. But the take profit never got confirmed because the trend catcher never turned green, right? So that's beating Bitcoin to death for you. GT says, Trent, you're doing great, by the way. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to... What coins do we have? OXT, VVV, and Bonk. All right, so daily chart, OXT, descending line of resistance, uptrending line of support. Money flow tried to squeeze into the green. It didn't seem like it could make it. Stokes are getting a little overbought. Hyperwave is reaching at overbought territory. Technically, you do have like a double buy signal here with a take profit up here for 53%. I mean, guys, these buy signals with a green trend catcher on Lux Algo are very powerful. But I can't justify it on this one because of these tweezers up here. You have these tweezers and then an immediate dump underneath the lower trend line, the uptrending line of support. So if I were to take a flyer on this, I would have taken the flyer at somewhere in this green candle right here, and I would have set a stop loss underneath the uptrending line of support. I'll color that one red. And then you're risking 8% for 38%. Killer risk to reward ratio, I could have justified that. That trade would have gotten stopped out, though, as we're seeing. So, because of that, I can't justify doing anything on it now. Let's see what else we got. PAX as well, please. I feel like Saylor's strategy dividend stocks are keeping Bitcoin from dropping hard. His big buys along with Binance buying is really keeping things going. Yeah, I hear you. But they're going to have to allow a liquidity flush to actually bottom the market, though. They can't just, it can't just be them. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. VVV. So, daily chart, this thing knocked out the take profit levels. I mean, what a call. I think DZ was talking about this coin, back here even. And you had this strong buy signal on Luxalgo, confirmed by a green trend catcher. And from that level, 199% gain. I love Luxalgo, man. It's powerful. And I think that if you take those trades where a buyer or sell signal is confirmed by the trend catcher, as long as you manage your risk and reward, you set, stop losses on it. Man, like, these things play out. And if you're winning them more than you're losing them, like the size of the wins pay off. And the size of the losses are mitigated by your risk management and your stop loss, right? I don't know where to tell you that VVV is going from here, though. Now, the Stokes look like they're, it is a beautiful curve up. Beautiful curve up on the hyperwave, too, and money flow is not going down. It's continuing up. I mean, like, maybe this goes back up here to the take profit too. Maybe it comes back up here, but I mean, your risk reward at this point is working against you. Maybe 14% up, but 27% down just to get back to the level of the trend catcher. I don't like that for me. I don't know if you like it for you, but everyone's a different trader. Like, you can be looking at you can be looking for an entry point down here back at the trend catcher, maybe, if that's what you think, if that's what your analysis tells you. Or you can be looking at a longer time frame on lower leverage. It just everyone's different. So I'm just telling you, this time frame, this chart from this level, I don't like a lot. And we've got Bonk. Dang, that doesn't look good. red money flow, like, you know, nothing has brought the money flow into the green. You're underneath a red trend catcher. You've got a strong sell signal back here. Daily take profit is like we're at a lot of zeros 6, and daily take profit is at a lot of zeros 1. I mean, that's nasty. The 71% drop from right there. And the fact that you had, you know, converging trend lines on Luxalgo, the fact that you had a strong sell signal followed by the break of a trend line with a red trend catcher, and today's candle is wicking up exactly. I don't know how Luxalgo does these trend lines. It's wild. The fact that it's wicking up exactly to this trend line and failing it with overbought stochastics. Everything about this chart is bad news to me. So there you go. Hey, what's up, JG? What's up, John 316, Acts 221? Good to have you on in here. Take a sip of my serpent juice for you. I was just reading about Moses lifting up the serpent in the wilderness, and how Jesus uses it in John chapter 3. So, PAX. All right, thanks for bearing with us. Only goat status. PAX. Now I don't know what PAX this is. I'm hoping I can find it on TradingView, and I don't have to go hunt it down. But PAX. Is this it? Only goats? I mean, you're gonna have to tell me. I mean, the ticker is PAX. Let me look at CoinMarketCap here for you. Let me try to do my due diligence the best I can to see what I think you're talking about. So, PAX, see all results, and so in terms of tickers, I mean, everything here is just PAX, or, you know, actually, sorry, nothing here is just the ticker PAX. I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me where to find this, or I'm just gonna chart what's here on TradingView for no reason and have it not be the coin that you're actually talking about. So, just in case it is the coin that you're talking about, then well. Oh, this is a stable coin. Guys, I'm over here charting a stable coin. It ranges from 98 cents to like $1.01. Bro, isn't it a really good thing that I didn't imagine if I had kept trying to chart this. I was like, Guys, I think it can break out. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so there's the contract address. Oh, interesting. I can't copy that address. Yeah, I can't. I can see it. I can see the comment come through on StreamYard. I can't copy the comment on StreamYard, though. I could copy it. I went over to YouTube to copy it, but the contract address that you posted doesn't show up on YouTube for me. I think that's because YouTube is trying to mitigate scams that way, so that you don't see someone's contract address come up. They're promoting a scam, and then people go try to chase that down, right? Whoa, what just happened? Okay, anyways. Okay, I will try Dex Screener. Let's see, Dex Screen. I'm going to search packs. Share this tab instead. Okay, yeah, packs against Solana. This has to be what you're talking about. So let me at least go to the 4-hour chart. Now I don't have Lux Algo here to you're not going to get my Lux Algo analysis off of this because I just don't have it when I go to Dex Screener, but here's what I can try to do for you. Pull up my indicators, moving averages. No, I don't want to do that. I wanted to give me at least 3 or 4 moving averages in one. Okay. I have the 21, the 50, and the 200 right here. I just need to figure out which is which. So the 21 is the orange. And the 200 is the blue down here. Okay, so actually on the 4-hour, this kind of let me get the stochastics up before I get ahead of myself. Stochastic RSI. Okay, so you're above the 21 moving. You're okay. Let me say it this way. You're above the 200, touching the 21 with neutral stochastics. Okay, and this is on the 4-hour. And when I do technical analysis on a bear chart without Lux Algo, I like to use I like to use the free indicators the way that Crypto Lifer does it. Like, not that I endorse everything Crypto Lifer does or necessarily his attitude all the time or whatever. There's things people don't like about him. I get it. Like, I just think that he there's something he does really well with moving averages and Stokes that I like, and I've absorbed that. Okay, and so what he says is that if you're above the 200, touching the 21 with low stochastics, then you can trust a long. Okay, so that setup would have actually been back here if you look at it. Because you were above the 200, you were touching the 21, and the stochastics were low. Right now, you're above the 200, touching the 21, and the stochastics are neutral. So I can be about half as confident as I was in this move back here. That setup would have got you like 40-something%. I mean, not too shabby. I just can't be quite as confident on it this time. I go to the daily. If I go to the daily, you are a almost 40% drop away from the 21 moving average, and the stochastics are high. They're overbought. So I know that these low cap coins can do whatever they want sometimes, and this could still pump in my face, but I'm just gonna say I don't like it. So there you go. I don't like it. I can't justify a long here. So yeah, I mean, unless anyone has something else, I'm gonna wrap up. So thank you everybody for tuning on into the show today. Thanks for joining another episode of the Blockchain Brew. Thanks for everyone's support. No brand is bigger, and no brand is better than the community members that compose it. No community is stronger and better than its members, right? And so truly, we thank you guys, every one of you, for your support, for being in here with us, for growing with us, and yeah, bigger and brighter things to come. Stay hydrated. Thanks for being part of the most hydrated crypto community on YouTube. And thank you, Only Goat Status. Thank you, John316. Thank you, JG. Thank you, GT. Thank you, DZ. Thank you, Pepe. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Blockchain Brew Show. Cheers.